In today's video, I put Deshaun Watson on 6 different teams, and the result was crazy. What in the what are we doing here? Oh my god. We just got... Are you actually kidding me right now? The yardage, Deshaun was dog. Have given up on Deshaun. They drafted a quarterback. If you are new around here, I would highly encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Our next big goal is 3K, and we are going to be grinding because I want that by this month. So make sure to subscribe so you do not miss out on any content that is coming up. Don't forget to leave a like as well so we can keep growing. Helps the channel out massively. Enjoy the video. Yo, my name is Phomvongsa. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And oh my goodness, dude, we got a banger on the table today for you guys to watch, man. I've had this idea in my head for a while now, but I feel like right now, at this very moment, is the best time to bring this out because it is extremely relevant, and a trade, including Deshaun Watson, could happen at any moment now with the trade deadline in just a few days. So how am I going to do this? I think I've narrowed it down to about 6 teams that I think are the most likely destination to get Deshaun Watson. That's going to be the Dolphins, Eagles, Broncos, Panthers, football team, and the Giants. I think those 6 are pretty good. And I know there's a ton of other teams as well, like the Steelers, Falcons, even like the Vikings or something like that. But I'm going to be going 3 seasons with every single team here, so this is going to take a minute. So then we can see, you know, a good timetable, a good time period, and get a grasp of how Deshaun does, with each and every organization we put him on. I'm also not going to be controlling anything, so no draft, no free agency, no signing players back. That's all going to be left up to the CPU. We're just going to go ahead and follow Deshaun on every team we put him on, and let's get things going. Now, no surprises here. The first team we're going to be doing are the Miami Dolphins. This is the most likely destination for Deshaun Watson to land in real life. We're going to be giving Houston 3 first-round picks here to acquire Deshaun. Also trading Tua to the football team because he deserves better. And after many months of speculation, Deshaun Watson is officially a Miami Dolphin. Now, this team has been one of the most disappointing teams so far in real life. You know, their defense, which was so good last year, has looked terrible. Their offensive line is arguably the worst in the entire league. Their top 2 receivers are always hurt, and the run game's non-existent as well. So I'm not too sure if Deshaun's going to be able to fix all of this, but let's see what he can do. Some things to note here: I'm not going to be changing any schemes or playbooks, so that's going to remain the exact same for the team and what they already have. And I also started from today, so then we're going to get the realistic output of what Deshaun Watson could do in the second half of the real life season. I'll see you guys in the playoffs. What? Okay, this team just made a crazy comeback to finish top of the division at an 8-9 record, and we made the playoffs. Came into this team in the second half of the season after sitting out the entire first half, and led us to a 7-3 record, I believe. He puts up 2,518 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions, but more importantly, he just got us to the playoffs, even though we're only 8-9, and I don't know what's wrong with this division on Madden. Myles Gaskin was actually kind of good. 875 yards, but 4.3 a carry there, as well as 5 touchdowns. Malcolm Brown also saw the end zone 4 times. And it was Jalen Waddle who led the team in reception yards with 1,002, as well as 7 touchdowns in just his first season. Mike Gesicki was great. 892 yards with 9 touchdowns there. Devontae Parker, 850 and 4 touchdowns. Will Fuller, who was hurt for like the majority of the first half, but he is reuniting with Deshaun Watson here, gets himself 485 yards and 2 touchdowns. I cannot believe we just made the playoffs though, even though the Bills, for whatever reason, go 7-10. We'll take it. We'll take it. 8-9 record. We got Joe Burrow and the super hot Bengals in real life right now in the first round, and they beat us anyway, 28-10. But for only having Deshaun for the second half, that is a very promising start. By the way, I'm going to go 3 seasons after that first year because we only saw the second half, didn't really see too much. So this video is going to take even longer, so please go like the video. Year 2 now though, after an 8-9 but a playoff appearance more importantly, Deshaun Watson is here at an 89 overall. Looks like they signed Raheem Mostert in free agency to add a little bit more speed there. They lost Will Fuller, added in Traquan Smith and Travis Fulgham. Actually, they have Travis Fulgham in real life, but Jalen Waddle has elevated into that wide receiver 2 role. Tight ends and offensive line look the exact same, which could be a problem. And defensively, they have brought in Von Miller to be their edge rusher. Okay, that's a massive signing to partner alongside Emmanuel Ogbah, and of course these 2 great cornerbacks as well. This team could probably make some noise this year. 10-7, top of the division once again, as everybody else goes 7-10. But we got ourselves the Bengals in the first round once again. Can we get our revenge? Deshaun Watson had a great year. 4,333 yards, 26 touchdowns, and only 9 interceptions. That's a really good year, and he led us to the playoffs once again. But how about Raheem Mostert, who was crazy good, putting up 1,300 yards, 4.7 a carry, as well as finding the end zone 11 times too. Myles Gaskin as the backup gets himself 7 on the ground. Really good run game. And Tre'Quan Smith leads the way. He was probably playing in the slot with 1,093 yards, as well as 8 touchdowns for himself and Devontae Parker, who gets 1,067 yards. Mike Gesicki, the third receiver here, and then Jalen Waddle at number 4 with 840 yards and only 3 touchdowns. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, though, are back once again. They beat us last year. Can Deshaun Watson and the Dolphins get their revenge on him? No, the Bengals are our absolute kryptonite, killing us, dude. 33-7. Year 3 now, or I guess year 2, and how I'm doing this. You guys know what I mean, man. But look at how this offense has changed. We have Kareem Hunt now here.
Has a wife.
So now we have a 3-man running back by committee with Hunt, Raheem Mostert, who was amazing last year, and Myles Gaskin here as well. Kind of crazy because our receiver core is really not good with Tre'Quan Smith still as our number 3. Probably should have upgraded there. We drafted a hidden development right guard, so that's great to see. My boy Gregory Prosinski. Now defensively, not much changed. Ogba's up to a superstar, but everything else pretty much remains the same. Von Miller at a 90 overall now. Brandon Jones going to be starting at strong safety. So this team back-to-back playoff appearances, but hopefully we don't match up against the Bengals. Ooh, and we somehow got worse. 8-9 record, but we miss out on the playoffs, dude. What? Offensively, 31st in the league. Hello, defensively, right there as well. Deshaun. Oh, Deshaun was terrible this year. 3,756 yards, only 24 touchdowns, but then 14 interceptions as well. What went wrong? How do we add Kareem Hunt and get worse? That makes no sense. However, as you can see though, Gaskin, wait, where even is Raheem Mostert? Okay, Mostert's just gone, so that was kind of a pointless signing, but Kareem Hunt did his thing. Wow, the receiving stats are ugly. Nobody over 900 yards. Gesicki leads the way with 852, Devontae Parker 846, Jalen Waddle 826 as they get themselves 4, 8, and 3 touchdowns. Tre'Quan Smith had 6, but what a terrible year. Third and final season to see what Deshaun Watson on the Miami Dolphins can do here. Looks like they drafted this guy. I'm making my number 3, but receiver wise they don't look good. Deontay Harris is their number 1. Actually, I'm just gonna make it Jalen Waddle because it probably should be Jalen Waddle. Kareem Hunt still leading the backfield. Offensive line somehow got worse. Now Michael Dieter is starting, and they have this Watkins dude who I assume they drafted. Offensively, it was so bad last year. I think it got worse. Defensively, and we have Devon Hamilton now. I guess that's nice. Torrey Pride Jr. Jerome Baker's a star, same with Brandon Jones, but this team did not make any drastic changes after a terrible season. So let's see how we do in this last year. Oh my, we just finished 5-12, bottom of the division. Oh, Deshaun was still good though. 4,231 yards to 30 touchdowns and only 11 interceptions. A great year from Deshaun, but a very disappointing record. Kareem Hunt was decent, nothing too crazy. 1,058 yards, 4.2 a carry, and 11 touchdowns. You would expect Kareem Hunt to be doing more though. Jalen Waddle leads the receivers though with 1,100 yards as well as 11 touchdowns for him. Deontay Harris 938 yards, 4 touchdowns. Gesicki 877 and 5 touchdowns. And then Morris Erdman had himself 8 and 758 in year 1 for him. Overall, Deshaun Watson with the Miami Dolphins, I would say, was a disappointment. We started off hot, the first 2 seasons making the playoffs, even though we were miraculously made it in year 1 at an 8-9 record somehow. Year 2 looks good though, 10-7 record, and then after that, just we fell off. We absolutely fell off. This season only getting 5 wins as well. I mean, very disappointing here, and that just begs the question that, is QB really the problem with this team, man? They need so many things figured out. Offensive line, running back, receivers just kind of have to stay healthy. But this defense and the coaching has not been good either, man. So who knows? But in this world, Deshaun Watson here, I would say did not work out. Next up, we got the Carolina Panthers, and I had to make Deshaun Watson a punter so that this trade could actually go through. But this is a team that's been heavily interested as well, probably the second most favorable team behind the Miami Dolphins. So let's see how this one works out. Now, Deshaun Watson to the Panthers would be really fun in my opinion. This is a team that's been super aggressive this year, making big trades for CJ Henderson, Stephon Gilmore. They traded for Sam Darnold, who started off great. Then McCaffrey got hurt, and it's been kind of downhill ever since. Been a rocky road, and they are now in the market for Deshaun Watson, reportedly. So if he came here, things could be crazy, man, with him and McCaffrey, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Terrace Marshall Jr., a nice receiver core. Offensive line definitely needs work as well. It's the same thing with the Dolphins. It's not too great over here. Defensively, this team is pretty sick, man. Brian Burns is one of the best edge rushers in the league. Derek Brown, who they chose super high just 2 seasons ago. Of course, at cornerback, they are stacked now. Stephon Gilmore, one-time defensive player of the year. JC Horn, they drafted number 8, I believe, this year. Dante Jackson has had a good year. AJ Bouye and CJ Henderson, a former top 10 overall pick just 2 seasons ago. This team is built correctly, and it all depends on the play of their QB. And now with Deshaun Watson, I would be scared. And we end up making the playoffs after a 3-4 start. Deshaun leads us to a 10-7 record as the Buccaneers finish on top, and the Falcons were also 10-7. Look at how tough this division is, too. And oh my goodness, Deshaun Watson, in just the second half of the year, put up crazy stats. 2,580 yards, but 26 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Are you kidding? He only played 10 games this season, and to put up 26 touchdowns is remarkable. Look at this week 18 against the Buccaneers. 5 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. I mean, Deshaun was fantastic. Ground game, and of course, McCaffrey's been hurt for the majority of this season, so his stats aren't too eye-popping, but I'm sure we're going to see him in the future of this video. DJ Moore, 1,100 yards for him, 6 touchdowns. Robbie Anderson, who's been so weird in real life, 880 yards for him, 8 touchdowns. McCaffrey getting involved in the receiving game, of course, and Terrace Marshall and Ian Thomas. But we got ourselves a battle here in the wildcard round against the 13-4 Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray against Deshaun Watson. And of course, DeAndre Hopkins, a former teammate of Deshaun as well. Can we come away with a win? I don't think Deshaun's got me a playoff win yet, so I'm getting kind of salty. Let's get ourselves into the first full season with Deshaun Watson in Carolina, though. Offensively, pretty much remains the same. However, they did add in some boost at the offensive line with Will Hernandez at right guard now, so at least they're trying. And then defensively still looks very, very strong. Middle linebacker looking a bit rough with Joseph there, and then strong safety with Geno Stone. However, everything else looks good to me. This team should definitely be competing. Okay, unfortunately this season, we get the same record even with Deshaun Watson for the full season. I have no idea where the standings are for the NFC South are, but we went 10-7 once again. And Deshaun Watson was incredible. 4,455 yards, 32 touchdowns. I was hoping he would get more after what we saw from him in only the second half of last year, but he only threw 4 interceptions. I mean, that is an incredible touchdown to interception ratio. Definitely helps having Christian McCaffrey out the backfield as well, as he puts up 1,572 yards there, 40.7 a carry, and 18 touchdowns. Chuba Hubbard did his thing as well with 8 end zone touches. Receiving yardage, though, does not look anything too spectacular. I mean, DJ Moore got himself 991. McCaffrey had 965, 10 touchdowns. DJ Moore had 6. Robbie Anderson, 7 touchdowns, 890 yards. And Terrace Marshall had a little good sophomore year with 870 and 3. Tommy Tremble as our tight end maybe just isn't it. Only 540 yards for him, but we're spreading the wealth. Last season it was Kyler Murray. This time we have Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks in the wildcard round. Can we get our first playoff win of the video? We can. 38-30, an absolute thriller there in the wild card, as we now have the Dallas Cowboys in the second round. Can Deshaun Watson keep this momentum rolling with the Panthers? Oh my god. 30-24, we now have the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers. Can we make this Super Bowl in Deshaun's first full season as a Carolina Panther? And we have made it. We're going to be playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Wow, what a turn of events. MVP went to Zeke. McCaffrey was number 2, but I'm curious to see where Deshaun... Dude, 33 touchdowns and 4 interceptions definitely warrants him a place here, at least in that top 10, right? Let's go ahead and hop into the Super Bowl, though, and the Chiefs just scored immediately, literally right when I started this, as it's going to be 10-0 at the end of the first quarter, but Deshaun Watson leads us to a touchdown to start a bit of a comeback, but we're already down 24-10 heading into the second half. You do not want to be playing behind against the Kansas City Chiefs with their high-powered offense, kind of, not really this year, I don't know, but we're still down 24-10 here, 24-17 though. We're bringing it back, and the Chiefs just punted. We now have the ball on the 8, and let's go ahead and see what Deshaun Watson can do here, and he almost takes it. Are you actually kidding me right now? Okay, very first play I hopped in, and Deshaun Watson throws a pick pretty much out of the sack as well. Not what I wanted to see. Down 2 touchdowns here with just under 8 minutes to go. Deshaun Watson's going to dump it off to Christian McCaffrey and let his playmakers play make, and that's what McCaffrey does, as it gives us to a 3rd and 2 at about midfield. I would say we go for this even if we don't convert, but who knows? We're going to hand it off to McCaffrey. Easy first down. 1st and 10 now, opting to pass the ball. Once again, Deshaun Watson's going to sling it out to the right side here. Finds Robbie Anderson for once again another first down. We're driving down now. We 100% need a touchdown here though, and then we just got to trust in our defense to get a stop on this Chiefs team. McCaffrey is wide open. That's where Deshaun Watson's going to feed him, and he goes out of bounds. 3rd and 1 now. 100% 4-down territory though, as McCaffrey is going to get stuffed. Are you kidding me? We got to go for this if we want to make any noise or any chance of coming back. Looks like we're going to be handing this off to McCaffrey, but who knows? Deshaun Watson could use his legs as well. It's just as effective. McCaffrey. Wow. CMC just choked this game for us. A quick 3-and-out from the Chiefs, though, has our offense back on the field, although we are on our own 9 with the entire field to drive down. McCaffrey does not go out of bounds there, so the clock is going to keep ticking away here, and the clock is definitely not on our side. So things currently, as we stand, are not looking too good for us and our chances of winning this Super Bowl, but Deshaun is literally just checking it down to McCaffrey every time. We've made it like 13 yards and a full minute has passed, and oh my god. 2nd and 2 now. Deshaun finally slinging it downfield a little bit. Finds DJ Moore right in the middle there with a gain of a lot. I don't remember what we were on before. Gives us a new fresh set of downs. Deshaun, can you sling the ball some more? Robbie Anderson this time opts to go inside instead of goes out of bounds. Dude, Madden simulation, man. I swear to you. I swear to you. Minute 17 left. Yeah, play action when we're down 14. Deshaun slings it, though, for another interception. Okay, we just got ourselves an absolute stinker from Deshaun Watson here in the Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. 59 QBR, 28 for 40, 211 yards, only 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions. What the Year number 2 with Deshaun Watson now, after he led us to a Super Bowl, and even though a disappointing result and performance from him, it's definitely a step in the right direction and something to be excited about. Now, for what upgrades this team made, I mean, Ben Powers is here now. Eric Fisher, are they upgrades? I mean, I guess they are. And we have Alexander Madison for whatever reason, even though we have Chuba Hubbard still. What? Defensively looks the same though. Brian Burr and Shaq Thompson both up to superstar X Factors now, and everything else is still here. Denzel Perriman's back in Carolina. I mean, hopefully that helps. Hey, a better record this year at 11-6. One more win, you know, we'll take that all day. We got Russ and the Seahawks once again in the wild card. Offensively, we were number 1 in the entire league, 9th in defensive yardage as well. Deshaun Watson put up an MVP type season. 4,540 yards for him, 40 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. I mean, that is an incredible year. CMC had himself almost 1,700 yards, 5.1 a carry, 15 touchdowns as well. I mean, just spectacular stuff. Robbie Anderson led the way this year with 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns for him. Allen Lazard, who we signed, 12 touchdowns, 937 yards. DJ Moore, a little disappointing for him to be the 3rd leading receiver, but we'll take it. McCaffrey at number 2, and Tommy Tremble, 615 yards for him. But the Seahawks go 11-6 as well. They're going to want their revenge on us, no doubt about that, but we're just a little bit better in them, 30-28 this time. And now we have the 10-7 Giants, a team that I will be putting Deshaun Watson on in the future as well, because they do have some draft capital with the Bears, their picks as well. That should be high up, but it doesn't look like they need him because they just beat me here, 30-20. Okay. 3rd and final season here in Carolina with Deshaun Watson, and he much deservedly went up to superstar. He should have went up in that other season, but I totally glanced over that. By the way, we drafted a running back now. Why? Why? We clearly need receiver. No more Robbie Anderson. Terrace Marshall is now our number 2. I mean, hopefully he can step up, but look at who we signed to be the blindside protector. Tyron Smith. That is amazing. Shout out to Carolina for doing that and really establishing a good O-line around this offense. Oh my god. Oh, corners are looking rough though. No more Gilmore, no more CJ Henderson. They are both gone. That's tough. Burns is up to an X Factor though. Jeremy Chin up to Superstar. Shaq Thompson, X Factor as well. Josie Jewell is now here. Defensively, it's still good, man. Last season we were good, but I want to make that Super Bowl. I want to win it. Come on, Deshaun. And we finish 11-6 again. Okay, you know, I'll take it. Another, when we got the Giants in the first round to get our revenge. We were number 2 in the division behind the New Orleans Saints, but another 11-6 record. I ain't complaining. As we were number 1 on offensive yardage again, even though Deshaun looked like he had a down year defensively. Terrible. 23rd. Deshaun, I mean, it's still really good. 4,300 yards will round up for him. 27 touchdowns and only 11 interceptions. I mean, a little down year from last year, but still really good. I'm assuming CMC went crazy, and that's what he did. 1,884 yards, 5.8 a carry, and 23 touchdowns. Madison also had 13 on the ground as well, so that's 36 touchdowns right there. DJ Moore was really good though, with almost 1,200 yards for him, 8 touchdowns. McCaffrey, 7 touchdowns, 850 receiving yards. We have KJ Hamler now, who was our 3rd leading receiver. Tommy Tremble and Terrence Marshall did not make that jump. But let's see if we can get our revenge on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants. Who knows who their QB is? I've seen them once have Aaron Rodgers before. I have no idea, but they're only 9-8. We beat them this time. You love to see it. And now we got the 10-7 Minnesota Vikings. This is a Alexander Madison revenge game. Take me to the promised land. 28-10 again. Is that the same scoreline we got in the wildcard round? I think so. Conference championship now against Trey Lance in the 14-3 San Francisco 49ers. I'm scratching this in as a 28-10 W. 23-6 loss. Pain. As a whole, though, I would say Deshaun Watson on the Carolina Panthers in this world was a success. I mean, we made the playoffs every single season. He put up some ridiculous MVP type numbers as well, and we even made it to the Super Bowl once. Even though we didn't win, unfortunately, definitely still a step in the right direction. And Deshaun did his thing, man. I think this trio of him, McCaffrey, and DJ Moore would be unbelievable in real life. So, in this world, Deshaun Watson on the Carolina Panthers was a success. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, this is a team I haven't really seen too involved in any Deshaun Watson trade rumors, but they definitely got the draft capital to do so with 3 first-round picks this year. I'm going to be giving them my first-round pick, as well as next year's first-round pick, and then the Colts' first-round pick. So then we're going to keep the Dolphins one as well, but that is going to land Deshaun Watson in Philadelphia. Now, Deshaun Watson on the Eagles would be pretty fun, man. Of course, we would have the rivalry with the Eagles and the Cowboys as well, with Deshaun dueling out against Dak. That would be super fun to watch, and this team is pretty solid. Miles Sanders is a good running back. Kenneth Gainwell is looking very good as well as a rookie. Devontae Smith, of course, their first round pick, the Heisman winning wide receiver out of Alabama. But other than him, the receiver core isn't great. I mean, Jalen Reagor still has some flashes here and there. They did just trade Zach Ertz, but Goddard definitely good enough to be your tight end. Offensive line is absolutely gorgeous when they are all healthy. Like, this is a really good unit to protect Deshaun. I think he could make some noise with this offense. Defensively, it's pretty good as well. Brandon Graham, who unfortunately got hurt this season, and after that, it's been kind of rough over here. Although Javon Hargrave has been phenomenal in real life. Fletcher Cox just going to be doing Fletcher Cox type things. And Josh Sweat also really good. Darius Slay has been absolutely shut down this year as well after a rocky first season in Philly. Defense is definitely good enough. It's been the offense has been struggling, but with Deshaun Watson now here, let's see how we can fare in this second half. So we started off with a 2-5 record, of course, at midseason. Deshaun Watson gets us in the second half 4 more wins as we end up 6-11 for 3rd in the division. Deshaun wasn't too bad though. 2,571 yards, 15 touchdowns, but he did have himself 9 interceptions, which is way too much. Miles Sanders wasn't too hot with 928, 4.3 a carry, and 9 touchdowns on the ground. Devontae Smith's rookie year ends up finishing with 938 yards, 6 touchdowns. Jalen Reagor was quite decent with 5 touchdowns, 846 yards. Goddard also getting over 800 with 5 touchdowns too. Here we are though in our first full season with Deshaun Watson after a full offseason. And I think this team's ready to make some noise. We even drafted a hidden development wide receiver here, Dom Robinson, who I am going to make my number 2 right off the bat. And him and Devontae Smith hopefully can go wild this year. But other than that, offensively, we still remain the same. Defensively, pretty much the same as well. We have Jeff Gladney now, weird guy. And we also have Deshaun Watson. Weird guy. Okay, we're looking a little weird here, not gonna lie. Bobby McCain at free safety now, though. I guess that's a nice little upgrade, and Quan Alexander's now here. I guess it's fine, but let's see if we can make it. 12-5 record. 2nd in the division as well. Football team Giants absolutely down bad. We still are behind the Cowboys, but I'll take this season for sure. And Deshaun Watson was good, man. 4,315 yards, 28 touchdowns to just 10 interceptions there. Great ratio. It's nothing eye-popping, but a very, very solid season, and he got us to 12-5 record. Miles Sanders was okay, 1,085 yards there, only 3.9 a carry though. 12 touchdowns on the ground, we love that. Deshaun got himself 4, Kenneth Gainwell with 5. Dom Robinson leads the way though for receivers with 1,100 yards and 6 touchdowns. His development trait is... why would that... okay, they drafted themselves a superstar X-Factor receiver here. That is the perfect complement for Deshaun Watson and Devontae Smith, who was actually our 4th leading receiver. Quez Watkins looks like he broke out a little bit, and Dallas Goedert also had a great year as these two combined for 16 touchdowns. They're amazing, but I want to get Smitty more involved. However, I'm just happy we are back in the playoffs, and we're going to be playing the 10-7, I believe, Trey Lance-led San Francisco 49ers. If we can come away with a win here, oh my God, we just got destroyed. Second year now after a humiliating defeat to the San Francisco 49ers. We're looking for some vengeance here. Dom Robinson, the superstar X-Factor receiver, is looking to really break out this season. Offensively, though, we still remain the same. Looks like we drafted a hidden dev tight end. I'll take it. Defensively, not much change here either. Brandon Graham probably retired. Dean Lowry taking over his spot. We have Jimmy Ward now, and my boy Frankie, love you. What in the... what just happened? What actually just happened? We just finished 3-14, bottom of the division. Are you serious? 3 wins. 3 wins. Deshaun Watson, what are you doing here in Philadelphia, my guy? What are you doing? What? Okay, and I just went to go check out the stats, and I see Gardner Minshew, former Philadelphia Eagle quarterback, the 3rd string, is now having an amazing feel-good story as he leads the league in yards, as well as got himself 36 touchdowns. What the heck? Deshaun, you're getting literally outplayed by Gardner Minshew, who we used to have 4,369 yards, 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, but more importantly, 3 wins. Miles Sanders was pretty trash. 10 touchdowns, 3.8 a carry, under 1,000 yards. Once again, he's not really developing. Dom Robinson, Jalen Reagor, both with 1,080 yards there. 10 touchdowns combined. Smitty with 923, 8 touchdowns. Goddard, 7 touchdowns for him and 820 yards. But oh my goodness, what kind of downfall was that? And where is Gardner Minshew? I have to know. If I was to guess, I would say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's exactly where he is. Holy, he just went crazy. I've never tried out Bucks playbook. Maybe I need to try it out once. 3rd and final season with Deshaun Watson after a horrendous season. It looks like we're getting like a spiral effect after that humiliating loss to the Niners 41-0. And it's just living in everybody's head. Like, we just cannot get past that now. But you know what, Deshaun? Do your thing here in the last season and show me what's up. We drafted another weapon for him here with Claiborne, another hidden development receiver. Now him, Robinson, and Smitty. This offense is well more than good enough. Same with this offensive line too. Defensively, any changes over here? Oh, wasn't he normal? I could have sworn Colin Alexander was normal, but now he's superstar. Maybe he got a breakout or something. Oh my god, we have JJ Watt as well. Oh my, and Willie Gay's a superstar. Eric Wilson's up. Oh my god. Every receiver in the league is going to have a field career high of a day against us. What is this CB group? This time we go 10-7. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know what happened last year, bro, for us to only get 3 wins. But this time we're back into the playoffs. Going to be playing the Seahawks as well. You love to see it. As Deshaun Watson had a bounce back year, 4,500 yards, we will round up for you. 33 touchdowns and 16 interceptions. I swear Deshaun loves throwing 16 interceptions. I swear he's gotten that in the other seasons as well. Miles Sanders was pretty good this year though. 1,200 yards for him, 4.2 a carry, as well as 10 touchdowns on the ground. You love to see that. And Dom Robinson once again leads the receiving yards with 1,088, 5 touchdowns. But the red zone target was Randy Claiborne, the Louisville rookie, with 12 touchdowns and is the hidden development trait. That's only a star, unfortunately. Devontae Smith, 925, 7 touchdowns for him. And Goddard and Miles Sanders definitely contributed through the air as well. But will it be enough to beat out Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, Perez in the Seattle Seahawks? I'm not feeling too confident, I'm not gonna lie, but we beat them 24-10. And here we have Deshaun Watson's last team from this video, the 13-4 Carolina Panthers. Looks like Sam Darnold's doing his thing. Did I ever go 13-4? I don't think I did. So maybe the Panthers are better off without trading for Deshaun Watson, as they beat us to 28-7. Okay. And you know what? In the end, I would say that was pretty disappointing for Deshaun Watson and the Philadelphia Eagles. My verdict is Eagles, don't trade for Deshaun Watson. I don't think they are anyway. Just ride it out with Jalen Hurts. See if he's your guy. Still extremely young, so give him a few more seasons. I would say the same thing about Tua. I still think he has upside as well, but I think the Dolphins are in a very desperate mode right now, especially because of the draft pick scenarios. The Eagles look good. Like, they're fine in their future with all the draft capital, but Deshaun Watson did not work out here as well. Had a terrible season, led us to the playoffs, but didn't even get us one playoff win, so I don't think that would be worth the draft capital. Philadelphia Eagles and Deshaun Watson was a disappointment. Next team we're going to be doing is the Denver Broncos, and I don't know why I've been showing you guys these picks here. It doesn't really matter. If there was a Deshaun trade in real life, it would be a ton of picks, although he is a sexual. Now, Deshaun Watson on the Broncos would be crazy, and specifically in this division as well. Mahomes, Herbert, Watson, Carr. I mean, that would be ridiculous, man. But this team, a lot of people say they are just a QB away from really being contenders. They're always in the talks when Aaron Rodgers is available, or there's just speculation. All that good stuff you guys already know. Melvin Gordon's a solid running back, but Javonte Williams, Broncos franchise legend, by the way, is a guy I could really see become one of the best running backs in the league in a few years' times. He has shown so many flashes this year already. Once he becomes the starting back here, he could go crazy. Wide receiver, just receiver core in general is really good, though. Courtland Sutton has been a beast in real life. Jerry Jeudy still has a ton of upside. Super highly picked last year. Tim Patrick, KJ Hamler, Noah Fant, one of the most young, best tight ends in the league. Noah Fant's a beast, man. And then this offensive line looks good here. It's been rough for them in real life, but Pat Shurmur also doesn't help as their offensive coordinator. He sucks. This defense is where this team really shines, though, man. The defensive line is solid, but their cornerbacks are stacked. Callahan in the slot, Ronald Darby, Ojemudia, Kyle Fuller they brought in, who got a hefty downgrade, actually. I thought he was 87 overall. And then Patrick Surtain, who has been very, very good in real life as well. He's solid, their first round pick at, I believe, number 9. Kareem Jackson, Justin Simmons, one of the best free safeties in the league, if not even. And then Bradley Chubb, Von Miller. If these two are healthy, man, I swear they would be crazy. We end up just missing the playoffs with a 9-8 record. Remember, the Raiders are on top in this division in real life. Chiefs have been weird, and then the Chargers somehow ended in last place here, even though they've looked pretty solid. Deshaun Watson, though, was great in the second half of the year. 2,538 yards, 19 touchdowns, and just 4 interceptions. I mean, that's unreal. And if he can carry this form in the next season, we're going to win ourselves the Lombardi. Melvin Gordon was actually really good. 1,300 yards. I'll round up for him. 4.5 a carry for him and Javonte Williams. As he gets 7 touchdowns, Melvin Gordon gets 10. And Courtland Sutton was the leading receiver here. No surprises there with 1,200 yards. Finds the end zone 8 times. Tim Patrick, 9 touchdowns though. 820 yards. Noah Fant, solid contributions from him as well as Jeudy and Melvin Gordon. First season with Deshaun Watson as a full-time starter now, and the team pretty much remains the same. I mean, Jerry Jeudy hopefully can take the next step up. I'm actually going to start Javonte Williams, though. They signed Isaiah Wilson, one of the biggest busts of, 2 years ago, the 2020 draft class. He's literally not even in the league anymore. Defensively, did anything change over here? Alexander Johnson is a superstar. We don't have Von Miller. Oh, my boy Love U's here now. This guy's following me everywhere. Oh, we got rid of Von Miller. That could be tough. I'm going to make Surtain my number 1, because why not? But this team, it might have gotten worse, but we have Deshaun Watson now, so let's see what he can do. Wow, okay, this season we end up with the same record at 9-8, and we missed the playoffs. That's terrible. And Deshaun led us to a 31st ranked offense in the league. Are you kidding me? The defense did their job. The defense did their thing. Deshaun Watson just was mid. He really was. 3,578 yards. That is way too low. 21 touchdowns. That's half what I'm expecting. 8 interceptions is good, but these two totals, what is going on? Is it because I started Javonte? I mean, my bad. I don't know. 1,058 yards, under 4 carry. Not great there, but 14 touchdowns for him. Melvin Gordon still did his thing, but even as a backup, he really wasn't that good. Receiving wise, what happened? Courtland Sutton with a massive down year for him. 883 yards. Tim Patrick led the way with 950 and 6 times in the end zone. Jerry Jeudy only 750 yards. I mean, we really need him to elevate to become one of the best receivers in the league. He's just not doing that. Noah Fant was okay. Year number 2 now, and looks like we've lost some pieces. Noah Fant is gone, so my boy Albert Okwuegbunam is gonna be taking the starting role. kind of a downgrade. Let's just be real. Isaiah Wilson is somehow still here. He's not out there partying or doing whatever he's doing. Netane Moody's now starting. We lost Risner. I'm going to start Williams again because he is just the high, or they're the same overall, but obviously he's got more upside. Judy Patrick Sutton's still here, but Deshaun, can you bounce back? Well, we drafted the new Von Miller. He goes by the name Maurice Branch. Okay, I'm excited. The Colorado outside linebacker there. Hopefully he can do his thing. Baron Browning's going to be starting now. It looks like we lost Kyle Fuller and Bryce Callahan. So now CB's looking a little bit rough, but we got my boy Money. And now we go 8-9. Bottom of the division as well. Okay, well, clearly Deshaun to the Broncos is just not it. 31st. Second to last for offensive yardage, and the defense sucked too. The defense said, I'm gonna stop playing too. Deshaun, 3,714 yards, 28 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. I mean, honestly, that's a solid season, but how do we not make the playoffs, man? That is disappointing. Why is Teddy Two Gloves still here? Javonte Williams was solid though, 1,200 yards for him, 4 a carry, 12 touchdowns as well. The run game definitely wasn't bad. Receiving wise, look a little underwhelming. Cortland Sutton's back on top though with only 917 yards. Those 6 touchdowns for him. Albert Okwuegbunam and Jerry Jeudy, but all of these guys all got 750 plus yards. No one at 1,000, but I guess it was kind of spread out, not really. Third and final season for Deshaun Watson. He has not led this Broncos squad to the playoffs once yet. We've been looking terrible. Can we do it in this last season? Who knows? Javonte's up to an 85 now. We signed Devontae Parker. Was receiver the problem? I don't think it was. Maybe tight end. Maybe we upgrade that right tackle position. Although we did draft our guy Jalen Matthews here, a Notre Dame offensive lineman as well. You guys know them, Notre Dame offensive lineman. Always crazy. Defensively, cornerbacks just look so tough besides Surtain. I mean, we have Brian Poole now, but he's really just another slot. But our CB2 on the outside is going to be this rookie dude. We have Branch is actually a superstar. That's cool. We also have Cam Newton here. Defensive line looks absolutely horrible. I don't think we make it again. Honestly, this has not worked out. Oh my goodness. Okay, we just finished 4-13. Broncos do not trade for Deshaun. Although obviously this would be a lot different in real life. 32nd. We were dead last in offensive yardage. Deshaun was dog. Oh my god, he was terrible. 33,864 yards. He almost had a 2020 season. 20 touchdowns, 17 picks. That's terrible. Javonte was even trash. Not even 1,000 yards, under 4 a carry. He did have 16 touchdowns though, so that kind of redeems it in a way. I don't know. Receivers, 820 yards for Devontae Parker and Jerry Jeudy. Cortland Sutton led the way again, 4 touchdowns for him. And Tim Patrick got traded or something. I don't know. The moral of the story here though is that whoever the QB is, it doesn't matter. Pat Shurmur is trash. No, but this clearly did not work out at all. I think that was the worst one we've had. I think we made the playoffs twice with the Dolphins. Didn't even sniff it in this one. So, final verdict, Deshaun Watson to the Broncos. Not it. 5th team, we got the Washington football team, and this team is very sexy on paper, but has not performed like it in real life at all. This defense, I guess we'll get to that in a second. This offense, though, has been good, but they've been always in need for a QB for a long time. I mean, Dwayne Haskins wasn't it. Heineke's doing his thing right now. They got Fitz this year, but he gets hurt in the first game. It's been unfortunate, but let's see how Deshaun can do here with an Antonio Gibson, who's a great running back, but has been hurt for a lot of this season, so it really hasn't been too great. McLaurin's one of the best receivers in the league, has never had himself a reliable QB yet in the NFL, so if we can pair him up with Deshaun, that is going to be fun. Trust me. De'Ami Brown, a rookie. Curtis Samuel as well, who they just brought in. I like that. Where is Logan Thomas? Where is Logan Thomas? I didn't trade him or anything. I have no idea where Logan Thomas is, but I'm not going to worry about it. Samuel Cosme's been a fantastic right tackle for a rookie so far. He's been great. Sure, Fruier, Flowers, Leno. Not a terrible looking O-line for sure. This defense, though, highly touted to be like a top 5 defense coming into the season, has been a bottom 5 one. They have literally been terrible, and their defensive line is absolutely beautiful. Montez Sweat, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen through the middle, Chase Young, who just won Defensive Rookie of the Year and definitely lived up to the hype and the tag that he came out with. It's great, man, but the TB group has not been great. Kendall Fuller, their slot corner, Benjamin St. Just, a rookie, William Jackson they signed, who's a solid boundary guy. Cam Curl, who was great last year, their 7th round pick. Bobby McCain, they drafted Jamin Davis this season, but he can barely see the field so far. I don't know. It's been very underwhelming for this defense and football team as a whole so far, but let's see how it can fare with Deshaun Watson. Before I head in though, I have a breakout for F1 McLaurin to go up to Superstar X Factor, and that would be fire. And I'm only simming this game because it's the Broncos, the team we just had. So let's see if Deshaun Watson can get his revenge on them, I guess. I have no idea. We should win this game though. Okay, Deshaun is the curse. It's him. We scored like 14 points, but I think this game is still glitched. So you just get the Devies, but I'll take it. McLaurin's a Superstar X Factor now. We do not make the playoffs, but we do end up going 8-9, which is a good record from what we had with Deshaun Watson coming in there. I mean, I'll take it. Second in the division too. Deshaun Watson, don't fool me again. I swear he is a god in the second half of the season whenever we bring him in. 2,500 yards, 20 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. I mean, those are amazing stats for the second half of the year only. But we saw this in the last one. We've seen it before as well. Deshaun, don't fool me again, bro. Fool me once, shame on you. Hopping into year 1. And the team made some nice additions. I see Jakobi Meyers here, who's a very underrated wide receiver, although he cannot score a touchdown for his life. But we have Gronk. Gronk's at tight end. We also even brought in Gerald Everett, who I would have been happy with if he was my tight end one. So I absolutely love that. We are surrounding Deshaun with talents because he was amazing from what we saw last year, but I've seen it before, so I'm not fooled at all. Jonathan Allen's up to Superstar X Factor level. We drafted another hidden development edge. I mean, you cannot have too many. We got Mackenzie Alexander, Trey Herndon now, so we're upgrading the CB group as well. DeMonte Casey. Okay, this team could make some noise. And we disappoint again. 8-9. Not great. My team ranks all yellow. You hate to see it. And Deshaun Watson was trash. I mean, he wasn't trash, but did we see what he did last year? Dude, fooled me twice. Oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying. Deshaun Watson, 4,122 yards. Only 24 touchdowns after getting 8 more games this year and only getting 4 more touchdowns. 9 interceptions. I mean, I'm just curious, bro. What are you doing, Deshaun? Like, what are you doing game by game? You're putting up, like, you're averaging, like, 1 touchdown a game. This game, what are you doing against the Browns? I guess we won, though, so it doesn't really matter. But he put up an absolute goose egg here. Terrible loss to the Bears here. Deshaun was terrible. The Bears don't even want you, bro. And the Giants killed us as well. Are you kidding me? By the way, I'm saying the Bears thing because, like, they took Trubisky. You know what I mean. Antonio Gibson. 1,100 yards, 4.2 a carry, 14 touchdowns. He definitely showed up. Rojo, who we also signed as backup, finds the end zone 7 times. McLaurin was good, 1,038 yards, but these are the stats he's putting up with Dwayne Haskins and Kyle Allen. I want him to elevate his game even more, and he really isn't doing that. Maybe it's Deshaun's fault. I don't know. 4 touchdowns for him. That's just not enough. Jakobi Meyers, though, went from 0 touchdowns in his career to 5 this year, so love that. 892 yards. Curtis Samuel was good with triple eights for yards there, as well as 8 touchdowns. This guy needs to go by the lottery. Rob Gronkowski came in and was very solid as well, but we missed the playoffs. This team was very disappointing. Second year, and Terry McLaurin is gone. That is not good. He is sick and tired of playing with mediocre QBs like Deshaun Watson and went to go find himself a better, more comfortable, more reliable QB, I guess. I don't know where I'm going with this. We drafted his replacement with this Oliver dude, but other than that, the offense remains the same. It was pretty trash last year, so I can't imagine it gets any better. But defensively, we lost Montez Sweat. That's a big player to lose as well. Although these two are developing very, very nicely. I think this team got worse once again, and we already were pretty bad last year. So, and we signed Kenyon Drake to be our 3rd running back, though. So, we made it. 11-6, second in the division as well, and we are into the playoffs. I swear we've played Russ and the Seahawks so many times this video. I hold my hands high. Maybe McLaurin was the problem. 4,506 yards for Deshaun Watson here, 36 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. An amazing year, an MVP type season from Deshaun himself. That is fantastic stuff. Antonio Gibson was decent, 1,086 yards, under 4 carry, 10 touchdowns. Rojo had 9, and our wonderful third running back, third string running back, Kenyon Drake, didn't. Oh my god. Is there a reason we signed him, and we signed him to a 3-year deal worth 15 mil? What are we doing here? Curtis Samuel took that next jump up, though, with 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns, led the way for us. Jakobi Meyers, another solid season. He's been very, very consistent. 8 touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards. Jason Oliver, the hidden development guy who is only a star, had a really good rookie year as well. Led our receivers in touchdowns with 10 there, 960 yards. Gronk still looking like Gronk, as we have made the playoffs, and we are into the wild card round going against the same record as us, 11-6 Seattle Seahawks, but they beat me, so that was very, very short-lived. I believe it is the third and final season of Deshaun Watson on the football team here, and I think this is a make or break season to see if Deshaun Watson is worthy of trading for. If you are Washington, everything else remains kind of the same. We lost Curtis Samuel now though, so that sucks. Tight ends, offensive line, same old. Defensively, John Kaminsky's now we're starting left end. I'm gonna make it this Taylor dude, because why not? We have Ronald Darby, who followed me from the Broncos one I just did. I guess Jimmy Ward's now here. Jamin Davis going up to an 82 now. The team's really not great, but Jonathan Allen and Chase Young are 94 plus, so hopefully they can carry the defense, and hopefully the offense does what they did last year. It was good. Okay, we finished last in the division. I swear Deshaun, for every team we've done so far besides the Panthers, I swear he has one stinker of a season. Like, we just got 3 wins or 4 with the Broncos. He had one with the Dolphins, had a terrible year with the Eagles as well. And this is the one for the football team, 6-11. Wow. But was this really Deshaun's fault? I mean, he put up 4,219 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. That, statistically, looks like a really good season from me. But who knows? You know, maybe a lot of these were garbage time touchdowns where it didn't really matter. Who knows? But at the same time, this is Madden, so who cares? Antonio Gibson, 1,227 yards, 4.6 a carry, as well as 8 touchdowns. So it definitely, the run game 100% wasn't the problem here. Jacoby Myers was really good as our wide receiver, 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns. He's been so good. De'Ami Brown really stepping up in a bigger role, 969 yards, 7 touchdowns. Jason Oliver, 800 yards. Gronk still doing Gronk type things, but we suck. And the final verdict here is simple. Based on what we all just witnessed, Deshaun Watson was not a great fit here for the Washington football team. They already got some drama going on in the front office and all that good stuff. I don't think adding Deshaun Watson would help that at all. And by his performances from this world and this sim, it wasn't great anyway. So Deshaun Watson to the football team, unsuccessful. And the very last team we got for this video are the New York Giants, and I ain't gonna cap, Deshaun looks kind of good in that jersey, bro. They have had enough of Daniel Jones, even though Daniel Jones has actually been quite solid this year. After building around all of these weapons around him, getting Kenny Golladay, drafting Kadarius Toney, who's been really good in the very few times he's played this season. Saquon just been so unfortunate, like his injury. It's not his fault, right? You're going to label him as injury prone, which he might be, but that just wasn't his fault. Like, that was just sheer bad luck. Evan Ingram, hopefully he can catch some balls from Deshaun Watson this year. And I don't mean like that. You know what I mean? This offensive line sucks. It's always been bad for the Giants, although Andrew Thomas has been great this year. Defensively, they've been solid, man. Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, James Bradbury's really good. Darnay Holmes, Adoree Jackson, who they got in the offseason. Peppers, Logan Ryan, Xavier McKinney at safety. It's decent, man. And Azeez Ojulari is my guy. This team could be nice, but I don't know. Deshaun has been very weird, but he is the best second half player of all time, so hopefully he can put up some more ridiculous stats here with the Giants. Ooh, what were we, like 2-5? We actually made the playoffs with a 10-7 record. Okay, second in the division as well. I would love to go check out our stats because, or our team schedule, because I don't remember. We were 2-5, right? I think we were. Wow, we even beat the Chiefs, lost to the Raiders, beat the Bucs. We killed the Bucs. Wait. But don't let this fool you though. We've seen second half Deshaun Watson before. He's a different breed. Although his numbers aren't as eye-popping as the other teams we've had, he only put up 2,200 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. I mean, it's ugly. It really is ugly. We've seen better, but the record speaks for itself, man. Saquon Barkley definitely helps having this guy. 1,200 yards, 4.3 carry, 11 touchdowns. He was pretty solid. Receiving-wise, a little bit underwhelming, but it's half the season. 868 yards for Sterling Shepard, only 3 touchdowns. Galladay, 6 touchdowns for him, 700 yards. Ingram did his thing. Same with Slayton, Barkley, Toney, not too much. But we made the playoffs, so how can I complain? And we got divisional rivals in the NFC East here, the Dallas Cowboys, who always are a fantastic team in simulation, but this one could be a gritty game. Oh, we actually beat them 28-21. We got another very tough matchup now against the 14-3 Green Bay Packers, who are so hot in real life right now. And we lose 31-17. Just come up short there. but a promising first full year in the Mecca now though with Deshaun Watson. Let's see how it goes. The offense literally remains the exact same, I think, besides maybe right tackle, right guard, but these didn't really matter anyway because they were both terrible last year. But remember, we were actually solid defensively. Bradbury went up to X Factor. That's pretty cool, but I don't think anything else changed here as well. We lost our strong safety, Landon Collins, but I mean, that's fine. He was making way too much money, and now we got Tuttle. So I think it's low-key a little bit better, but this is always like this second half hangover that we get from Deshaun Watson. I don't really know. I do not want to go to midseason. I will see you guys in the playoffs. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? The second half hangover is real as we finish bottom of the division with a 7-10 record now. What in the world? Deshaun was pretty darn good though. 4,336 yards for him, 32 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Definitely a good season. But that 7-10 record is the 7-10 record is all I see. Saquon even was great, man. 1,500 yards, 4.5 a carry, as well as 14 touchdowns. I need him to go like MVP level though, as he always does in simulation. So we need that Saquon. Kenny Golladay led the way here for receiving yards, 1,100 yards for him, 5 touchdowns only. I would expect him to get more because he's just that jump ball, red zone threat. Sterling Shepard was good, as well as Evan Ingram, both with 7 touchdowns there. Slayton 700 yards, 3 touchdowns. Barkley got involved, and once again, Kadarius Toney had 1 catch because Madden Sim is whack. Year number 2 now with Deshaun Watson under center, and the offense remains kind of unchanged. We lost Darius Slayton now, but that's fine because Kadarius Toney should be able to step up into that role, if not even bigger. The offensive line still sucks, but we got Ben Jones now. Let's go. Bredesen. I don't even know who this guy is, to be honest with you. Matthew Pert, let's just be real. He is not that guy at right tackle. Defensively, we are literally the same as well. We are not doing too much to change this team to build around Deshaun Watson. Blake Martinez up to star. We have Raekwon McMillan and Malik Collins now, so I guess it's something. Oh my goodness, here's the season that I was talking about. It happens once every time. Look at the Eagles going 13-4. We never did that with Deshaun. I don't know, we just went 3-14, bro. I mean, the 30th ranked offense in the entire league, Deshaun. 3,881 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. I mean, that's just not good enough. That's just not good enough, especially for the package that you were traded for. This is very disappointing. I ain't gonna lie though, Saquon hasn't been great. He obviously has been good, but usually Saquon be getting like MVPs in simulation. He's not really putting up crazy stats. Only 1,300 yards, only 4.5 a carry, and 13 touchdowns. I need you, Saquon. Receiving stats very underwhelming. 3 people over 900. I mean, nice. Kadarius Toney was okay. Had the most touchdowns with 8, but my 3 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, 3rd and final season here, and even the Giants have given up on Deshaun. They drafted a quarterback. They legit drafted a quarterback, and if it was the 1st round pick as well, which probably was number 1, I'm gonna die. It was the 1st pick in the 2024 NFL draft. We went ahead and grabbed Glenn Broyles. Remember, I am not controlling the draft or free agency or anything. I am simply just watching over. But the Giants, the media, the Mecca, the big city lights are already turning their back on Deshaun Watson. Glenn Broyles, he sucks though. But they have brought in a new receiver here in T. Higgins, who is a phenomenal player. Him and Golladay, both kind of just like big physical type receivers, but Kadarius Toney, the complete opposite. So I kind of like the dynamic there, not gonna lie. Offensive line still sucks. We should have maybe traded this pick for a tackle or something, but obviously the CPU will never do that. We have Jermaine Ifedi now, so defensively, I mean, James Bradbury is going down a rating now. He's now our CB2. Xavier McKinney's now starting. We drafted a nice little star or better development guy here in Mincy. Not that was changed though, but let's see if we can get more than 3 wins. And did we end it with a bang? We did not. 8-9 record, 2nd to last in the division. My team ranks look absolutely horrid. Crazy bad way to end it. Deshaun just was so underwhelming. Like, it's good stats, it's just not enough, you know. We need more. Like, we need more yards. Only 3,900s. We need like 4,800. 24 touchdowns. I need 40 touchdowns. 10 interceptions is fine, but Deshaun, maybe he's the problem. Obviously, it would be a lot different in real life, though. Saquon was good this year. 20 touchdowns, 4.8 a carry, 1,600 yards. He showed up. He definitely did. T. Higgins in his first year here in New York was pretty solid. Under 1,000, just about under 1,000 yards there. 5 touchdowns for him. And Evan Ingram, who gets 900 yards. Galladay was okay. Kadarius Toney just was And overall thoughts here with Deshaun Watson on the New York Giants was a severe disappointment. I mean, we were not good at all. Did we make, I think we made the playoffs once? I don't even know. I've already lost track. Deshaun Watson's just been trash everywhere we put him besides the Panthers. And if we can take one thing away from this video, it's that Madden simulation is all playbook dependent, which kind of sucks, but it's just how it is. That is going to wrap up the video though. We tried 6 different teams with Deshaun Watson, and almost all of them were very unsuccessful besides the Panthers one, where we did actually make the playoff appearance once, so that was cool. But overall, did not look great, man. I'm still intrigued to see if he's going to get traded before the November 2nd deadline, but if we saw a glimpse of what it could be like in real life, none of these teams should trade for him except for the Panthers. That one was kind of solid. But if you guys enjoyed, please make sure to leave this video a like. I definitely appreciate you guys watching to this point of the video. It definitely means a lot to me. Also, comment down below second half hangover, because I swear Deshaun Watson was a god in the second half of the first season when we traded for him, and then the years after that, he just was not too great. Very weird, but comment down below second half hangover, and I'll know that you are a real one. But that's going to be it for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, man. Take care. Peace.